in my journey, and I think in a lot of people's journeys, there's two things that happen. There are people that you are more receptive to, and the impact that they can have in your life. And there's also moments in your life when you're more receptive to everything. So it doesn't matter who it is, you'll be a bit more receptive to it. And when the two combine or overlap, that's a good moment. But I think that's a pretext to sort of what my journey is. And I think this story for me, I don't even want to say story, this journey for me has been, it hasn't been linear. It's a spectrum, moving between fear and something that I call Innerbloom. And Innerbloom for me was a moment those two things overlapped. I'd seen psychologists and that sort of thing, just as part of your professional development and also managing stress for a bit. But there was a particular moment, someone that I saw in last year, from about Feb to about March, that increased my receptivity, my capacity, and we worked through a lot of things, and you made me realize, I think at that time, what those two fears and that sort of thing were, and how I was living my life at that moment in time, and you made me receptive. So then it just became a question of people that walked into your life during that receptive capacity. And the one is a very close friend of mine, colleague as well, and she's very graceful, and I fell for her. Didn't work out. We're still friends. Some would want to call it you're in the friend zone, but I don't look at it that way. I look at it as there was a reason that things aligned, and from my engagement, and just even from that moment when things didn't work out, there's so much humility that she taught me, and it's that receptivity that I started realizing that there was a need to be more humble and more grateful for sort of the things that are going on in your life. That didn't work out, and later on that year, I don't know, they say love is an incredible drug, and maybe I'm looking for my high per se, but then I fell for someone that actually completely tipped the scales, and literally I don't think I would be sitting here if it wasn't for them. We're not friends. We don't speak, but we're aware of each other, and I think we acknowledge the impact and the presence that we've had in each other's lives. And for me, the greatest gift she gave me, and I speak again about the timing, being open to that person. She gave me what it really feels like to alleviate yourself of that fear of failure, and most definitely that fear of rejection, because I can't explain it. It's absolutely captivating, and she in so many ways helped me towards my journey, towards Innerbloom. And then there were two friends, both who are speaking on this platform. One that was on his journey of self-acceptance, and another that was going through a lot, but both of them showed me that you have to be a bit courageous. You have to be able to tackle some of your demons. And up until that point, I thought I was. And my fear of rejection in so many ways always let me keep people at an arm's length. My fear of failure was so insistent that I felt that I needed to always keep everything to myself and not allow anyone, because if I rely on them, I'm going to fail in some way or something, and it's not going to align for me. And I think from just my engagement with them, that changed a lot of things for me. And I think at the end of last year, going into this year, I realized that I live my life on a spectrum between fear and Innerbloom. I can't say that I'm some magically different person, or I've found some cure, or I'm just suddenly fixed, and those fears don't still debilitate me on some days or another, but it's a constant shifting between. There's some days where I'm more Innerbloom Charles, and there's some days where I am fear Charles. And even starting this project, it's been more fear than anything else. But it's funny I say that, because even as I'm sitting here, I feel more Innerbloom Charles. And for me, I think this platform, for the people, by the people, I needed it to be a platform that people can understand that we have to maintain our emotional health and our psychological health, because sometimes we're not lucky enough to have the two things line up perfectly. Sometimes the one happens, not the other. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people struggling. There's a lot of people that are afraid. Don't even know what's going on for them. But in my journey in finding that Innerbloom, it's given me a chance to sort of introspect about just the power of the collective and what we can all be for each other.
I'm so emotional. I want to ask you if you have anything to say to someone who's watching this, who's suffering from crippling fear, from personal experience and also professional experience. What is, the first step? People just sometimes usually get like the end result, but what first step can they take to just chart them on that course?
I once saw a quote that to be human and to live this life fully and authentically, you need deep, deep courage. For some it comes easier than others. But if you can find the courage to not lie to yourself, to be authentic with everyone that you engage with, to be authentic to what your dreams are, and what your past was and what you could be. Then I think that's the first step. Courage. And it's not something that's once off, it's something that you've got to keep going at, because the courage is what gets you through the hard days, and the courage is also what gets you through just the good days. The courage to go out there and live your life, the courage to go out there and tackle the demons that you face. And that's, I think, is what I would leave.